Hello, welcome back to Van Haven TV. You join me in sunny Dorset for a walk around tour of our beautiful TTS Caravelle. So there are two reasons for showing you around this van today. Number one, first of all, to show you how bloody cool it is. The second reason, it's currently for sale, available only here at Van Haven. So we are able to offer this van to market, as you may have seen the previous, or one of the previous videos, where the chap had his lovely new van on display. It was the van with the houndstooth seats on the inside. So we actually mentioned this van in that video and how great this van is. So the exterior of this particular van is quite the thing to behold. So for paintwork, it is finished in deep black pearl, which, as Ollie has mentioned in a previous video, isn't black at all. It's actually dark blue, especially in the sunlight like what we have today. It looks dark blue, but it's black at the same time. So quite a confusing one from VW. Thank you. We'll start at the front. So on the front of this van, we've got a set of LED headlights. We've done gloss black external optics, so that's the entire factory grille gets taken out, hand painted, hand finished, is perfectly smooth, and then put back in place. And that also happens with the lower part of the bumper down there as well. The entire front has been de-chromed, and what we've done, so when you are completely blacking something out, what adds a really nice touch of flair and effect to the front, especially, is if you aren't contrasting with color, you can contrast with texture. So we've done a satin black badge on the front just to add a little bit of, I guess, depth and movement to the front without making it just a sheet of gloss black on the front. This one is also sporting our TTS body kit, so that's our more sporty body kit without being too garish in your face and aggressive. It's a really, really nice, subtle lower lip kit that we've got going on. For a set of wheels, we've got a set of Velar alloy wheels. Those are 20 inches. So really, really nice, subtle alloy wheel. They look great. Oddly enough, they're one of those wheels, when they're moving, they look really, really good. Normally you can't tell a wheel when it's moving, but when those are on the go, they look absolutely spot on. And then we've got a set of side skirts down the side, giving it that sort of hint of aggression that the black van so desperately needs. It's very, very stealthy, this van. So the entire body kit just gives it that certain hint of aggression that it really, really needs. So coming round to the back, we have our TTS rear diffuser. So again, sticking with that theme of being quite stealth but needing a certain hint of aggression, this rear diffuser adds just that. It's just the really nice level of, hey, look at me, I'm a modified van, without being too, oh my God, I'm a modified van. So it's a really, really nice level, that diffuser. And then coming up slightly higher, similar to the front, because we haven't contrasted with any colors, we need to contrast with textures. So we've got the satin black badge there, adding, it almost adds a certain depth to the back of the van. Again, just so it's not a sheet of gloss black, and is a really, really nice touch. And then up top here, we've got a TTS rear spoiler, which again, just adds a certain hint of aggression to the rear of the van without being too 90s max power. So really, really cool touch. So you join me in the back of our Caravelle. So I think the thing to say about back here is that it's just a lovely, lovely, cozy place to sit on a long journey. So you've got this nice, big, comfortable bench seat, which has all been trimmed in this really, really soft, supple Italian leather. And then it's really, really subtle back here. So we've got the charcoal leather matched with a charcoal piping, but then just to add a tiny bit of contrast, we've gone for a light grey stitching, which takes it from just all being dark and black and grim and just injects a tiny bit of light into the seats, which is a really, really nice touch. And rather satisfyingly, that matches the colour on the van shades blinds, which again help add to that sort of the theme back here of keeping it nice and cosy. But then when you want to, if the sun comes out, you just fling your blinds up like so, and then you've got all the light coming in. But then equally, when you want it nice and dark and cozy, trim those down and away you go. Full Alcantara on the roof as well, which again, a lovely, lovely touch, just makes it feel so luxury back here. And when you pair that with the halo lighting in the roof that goes all the way around, there's no better place to sit. With the controller, you can change the colors of that like so. So if you want to have a bit more of a party vibe, you can switch it up. As part of the Caravelle setup back here, we also get this lovely table, which you can actually slide forth and aft. I think that's the terminology we can use for it. So you can get that into just the right spot. And what's handy as well, with the screen, you can plug your laptop into the small HDMI in down there and either choose to watch videos as you drive along, obviously for your passengers, not as you drive, because you'll be driving. Your passengers can watch what they like. You can have meetings back here. It's a very, very usable, versatile space, and this all folds away and slides up there, so you can just have full leg room back here for all of your passengers. It's the perfect all-rounder for going away with the family, going on long trips, and also having somewhere to use maybe as a bit of office space if you need to pull over into a lay-by or in the services to take an important work meeting. If you're stranded at Cobham and you need to take a call in the back, it's perfect for that. So as mentioned, we also have a really, really nice sized TV back here. So it's a great way to just be able to separate the front of the van from the back. So if you have got kids or people that you're ferrying around and you just want them to be able to relax nicely in the back, they can watch TV on a nice big screen up front there without having to, you know, carry around iPads and whatnot. They can all sort of watch the same thing on the screen. So if you are a little bit self-indulgent like myself, you can watch yourself on the screen as we're doing so back here. If you don't want to listen to the sound through the incredible system that's in the back here, you can use these rather comfortable headphones and chill on your Caravelle bench watching your Van Haven TV on the TV and not having to disturb the driver or passenger in the front. So again, just a great way of creating a bit of a disconnect between the front and the back and being able to cruise along in harmony without disturbing everyone with your interesting TV choices. So what is fantastic about the Caravelle setup is the adaptability that it gives you. So we've got these two individual seats here, both with Isofix on them. So you can cruise around with your passengers facing the back, but if, like me, you put your kids in the back here and you want them to be facing forwards, you can simply pull the little lever, swing the chair around and have your passengers facing forwards. So the seat belts are actually built into the seat themselves. So you can actually travel around with them facing you or facing into the back with your passengers. So it just gives you so much flexibility in terms of where people can be facing and sat. It's a really, really good setup, this. I'm a huge fan. Another really cool thing about the Caravelle is it can actually be laid flat into a bed. So you can lay the back of that bench down flat, lay these top bits down completely flat like so, and then this whole bit turns into a bed. So if you really wanted to use it for camping, you could. So in the boot of a Caravelle, it is actually impossible to determine the size of the boot because you can slide this bench forwards or backwards depending on how much boot space you want. So we set it here now for a position that gives plenty of boot space and plenty of leg room, so a nice sort of middle ground. But if you wanted to slide this forwards, you can have slightly more boot space if you're going with an awful lot of luggage. And back here we've also got a rather large subwoofer. If you're wondering what this contraption here is, that's for 4G. So if you are driving along, cruising out into the middle of nowhere, and you need to take one of those meetings, you can just hook up to your van's Wi-Fi device just there and have a really good internet connection. And we've also got a van shade blind back here as well, so no light can get in through the rear of the van. And these pods house the speakers for the rear. So again, some boxes have given way behind me, but that doesn't detract from the incredible sound system in the back of this van. So in the cabin of this van is where I think we've nailed it. It's safe to say we have nailed it. So I don't even know where to start. Hertz sound system, which if you haven't heard a Hertz sound system, they are incredible. I am absolutely blown away by the sound system in this van. I know I say that a lot. It's either the Hertz or the Focal, which is sort of the very, very top of the range in terms of sound system in these vans. So it's just it's a masterpiece. It really is. Those are molded, as you can see, really nicely into the A-pillars. So we've actually 3D printed some housings for those and managed to mount them in there. Coming up slightly from those are the grab handles. So we would call these internal optics. We've actually developed our own paint formula for all of these. So those are the grab handles here, the center control unit, and a few other bits and pieces around here. But those are now incredibly hard wearing. So if you wear rings or a wedding ring or anything like that, it's not going to scratch that paint. It's super, super hard wearing. So a really, really nice touch. And then we've also got full Alcantara in here. So it's a lovely, lovely place to sit. Steering wheel, we've retrimmed. So we've got this beautiful TTR perforated steering wheel on here with the matching stitch to all the stitchings in here. It's a great steering wheel to have in your hands and nice and chunky as well. It doesn't feel all thin and flimsy. It's really nice to hold. Down here, we've got a center console fridge unit. So you can chuck all your cans of Coke, or you can't drink and drive, I wouldn't condone that, but if you have got bottles of lager, they can go in there. And that also comes with a wireless charging point as well, and that's also removable. So if you want to chuck that out, you can just slide it off. It's on a bit of a sled setup. DigiDash, a really nice touch, and full Discover Media as well. Just sorted up here. What we've also done as well is we have completely replaced the entire dashboard. So from factory, because we start off with a panel van, they come with quite a light grey coloured dash, which looks a little bit gnarly and nasty. So we replace it with what's called the Caravelle lower dash door card trims. So there's this much darker material. It feels a little nicer to touch. All the trim pieces are nicer, so you get these sort of carbony effect trims, a nicer gear selector, and the big one for me is the pedals, which everyone misses actually. So we replace the rubber nasty pedals with the sort of Audi style metal pedals. So just a much nicer place to be and thing to look at. The seats, haven't mentioned the seats. So we've got our TTR leather seats up front here. So this is sort of saying the middle seat doesn't do them justice, but I mean middle in terms of comfort and support. So we've obviously got the TTRC seat, which is the most sporty seat we do. Then you've got the GTC seat, which is the most comfort focused. These TTRs sit right in the middle of those two. So they are really comfortable whilst giving you plenty of support. So the bolsters aren't too intrusive. They don't you don't feel like you're being hugged by the seat, but like a gentle sort of pair of hands around your lower back region, which is quite comforting actually, and very, very nice indeed. And those of course come with two armrests, one on either side. So perfect cruiser, this van, I'd say, all round. When all said and done, I would. So there we go. To summarize, this particular van is a fantastic blend of sporty whilst being nicely under the radar and being incredibly usable and versatile on the inside. So if you like the look of this van and you think maybe I want to buy this van, please pick up the phone, give us a call. We're more than happy to talk you through it. And what's also really, really cool is you can change anything about this as well. So if you do want a different color leather, different wheels, just change the vibe ever so slightly, that's something we can also accommodate. So don't be a stranger, pick up the phone. Even if you just want to talk about vans, we're more than happy to talk. There you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm Jordan, and see you next week on Van Haven TV. Bye.